Marcel, you guys have consistently been able to get sacks and tackles for loss and turnovers this year. What have you guys done to be able to sort of be that disruptive defense consistently?
Just harp on being sound. As far as our run fits and just doing their job. We harp on if you have a certain gap, stay in your gap. If you have a certain run fit, so that's kind of our. That's kind of what we harp on. Just doing your job.
Different challenge this week, obviously. I'm sure you have going home early, probably. Yeah. What are your thoughts just on playing them and how do you get ready for this?
They're physical. Obviously, you're going to run the ball. You need to be sound as well. You're going to get different formations. You're going to get the tempo. You're going to get cut. They're going to try to get the edge on you. You're going to get everything. And so, we need to be sound and as far as our eyes, and doing our job.
Coach Harsin said they're not just triple option. They do a lot of other formations, a lot of other stuff.
A lot more. You'll get pistol, you'll get power, you'll get option, you'll get some zone read stuff. So if it was just option completely, then so be it. But this is a tough team to get ready for.
How much familiarity do you have in your coaching career going up against a team that runs a triple option?
I played against them my last year here before I left, so I had some experience that year of playing against them, and there were some injuries that game, some big injuries, and so we've been doing some stuff a long time for Air Force, as far as the cut blocks and all that type of stuff, so hopefully we'll be ready for it.
How much carryover is there from your regular defense that you guys have been running for weeks to this week? You have to kind of reinvent it a little bit to prepare for this kind of team?
I don't think so. I think football comes down to just doing your job. And I've been harping on this since our first game. If we do our job and we read our keys and we play with good eyes, then we'll be fine. And so we'll have a game plan that's going to get guys in the right spot, but it's up to them to be in the right spot and do their job. We work on the technique and how to play cut blocks and how to get off blocks and how to fit certain plays. But if guys aren't doing what they're being taught to do, then they'll hurt us on the run.
Remember after that Air Force game, Pete said he was excited that he would have to play Air Force for a couple of years. As that challenge, as a DC, do you get excited for it, or is that kind of something you're just kind of dreading because it's so different? It's such a big challenge.
I'm excited for it. To me, it's exciting to see, a team that runs the ball so well against our defense and kind of see where they're at. So I'm gonna challenge our defense this week to don't see the cut blocks and don't see the blocks and fear it. Hey, ask for it. Let's go. Let's line up and play football.
You think you have a team that wants that, embraces that type of challenge?
I think so. Because we know the one thing we know is that they're going to run the ball. And that's obvious. They don't try to hide that. So, to me, with that being said, what's funny is I think teams only focus on the run, and when you look at their receiver, he's the number one as far as yards per catch. He's number one in the conference with 20 yards per catch, and so I think that you harp on stop and run sometimes. The guys play with bad eyes and give up, certain routes that you don't want to. And so, I'm harping on it. Hey, of just covering your guy,
Yeah, I was going to ask
having
about
good
that
eyes.
for a defensive back. What's that like when they run, and all of a sudden you got to be ready because they make pass?
Easy for them to fall asleep, and you see it on film. You see teams all the time against Air Force. They fall asleep. You get your eyes in the wrong place, and then here you go, a deep ball. And so for me, we're gonna harp on having good eyes and doing your job. Don't fall asleep. To me, if I'm covering a receiver, he's either gonna do two things. He's either gonna crack, block, or run a route. So don't guess. You have your eyes in the right place.
You say you've been doing things to prepare for this for a while. What kind of things?
Cut blocks is one that we've been harping on since spring. And every week we've tried to have an Air Force period. We're working on that option a little bit. So
even through game prep the last few weeks.
No, not
Yeah.
game prep the last few weeks.
But
Yeah,
so
during fall camp,
you do
yes.
this. Okay.
Yeah, during fall
And you
camp.
get this, this division now, you get it twice a year between Air Force and New Mexico.
And New
Does that
Mexico.
make you sort of implement some of that stuff because you're going to see it twice a year?
You have to. You can't wait for that week and just go, here it is. And so it's up to us to get those guys kind of a look of that option and that speed. What I think they do a good job of is their tempo of going fast with it.
The two times Boise State has played against them, it's really been a struggle in the first half to
Right.
slow them down. It's something you can't simulate real well in practice, and they got to sort of figure it out there on the fly.
I don't think you can. Their speed and the way they do it, obviously, because they do it every day, and so they do a good job with it. All you can do is just go as fast as you can with the scout team, and then kind of show them all the looks that you're going to get.
Bo was saying that obviously the cut blocks kind of slow the defensive linemen down. I know that you said that they have to embrace it, but I mean, at the same time, you guys have been so good at getting into the backfield and pursuing. How do you kind of still maintain that effectiveness with this?
Well, once again, and I know you guys are probably going to keep saying eyes, but the game starts with your eyes, and so what you can't do against teams that cut or teams that you can't get your eyes where they're not supposed to be. And I always tell guys, you have to defeat the guy in front of you first. And so if I'm trying to get to you, I got to defeat the guy, who's right here to get to you. Where guys, I think, have a hard time is they start looking back behind them, and now you get yourself cut. I'm a guy that I've torn both ACLs, and so that's something I don't take lightly when it comes to cut blocks. We're going to work on it. We're going to harp on it. And our guys need to understand that you don't want to get cut.
You said injuries the last time you played Air Force. Were there injuries in the game, or you were just saying you just came into the game injured?
I think we left the game with injuries. That year, I think we lost Billy Wynn. Maybe Doug Martin might have got hurt that game, I believe. I don't remember. I think it was those two. I thought we lost Billy Wynn, the Air Force game. And then we lost, I want to say, Doug Martin and Jamar Taylor, maybe, or the three that I
Cut
thought.
blocking was a factor in that.
At some point, yeah.
You talk about discipline and having your eyes right. So is this kind of like is this the ultimate test in those regards?
Yes, it is. Because based off the cut blocks, you got guys going every which way. You have orbit motions, you have rim blocks, and so guys' eyes are going to be going from one place to the other. So it's important for you to fit your gaps the right way and to have your eyes in the right place. Option football is assignment football. You need to be sound on your assignment and not do somebody else's job, but do your job. And the teams that's able to do that and not get cut are the ones that can have some, a good day.
Bo was saying this is more than any other game. It's like a team game. The guy can't be out there doing his own thing. You have
Right.
to stay
Right. It's a team effort. It's a team effort from everybody. Because if you stop the run and you stop it and then it's going to be run. It's going to be pass. And so everybody has to do their job. And I'm harping on, our corners can't fall asleep and think it's just going to be run, because before you know it, it'll be a big pass on you.
Kind of on that note, I know that you guys have tried to make teams one-dimensional on offense. What does it mean if you can make Air Force one-dimensional by taking away their run?
It would be a dream come true if we can take away Air Force run. I was about to just put it like that. If we can take away the run, then I'll be a happy man.
Has that ever been done in the history of Air Force football?
Good luck. They're going to run the football. So
How are they passing the ball?
they're good. They're good. They can. Their routes are precise. They have a wide receiver that's big and strong. I think he's like 6'2", 6'3", 220. He runs good routes. They're throwing the ball deep. They're throwing quick hitches and stuff like that. And so they're real sound at what they do.
I know that we probably won't see it a ton this week, or I'd assume we wouldn't, but you guys against Louisiana Lafayette stood up the guys on the interior a little bit. We saw Gabe slide in there quite a bit. Kind of the method to that madness. And Coach R said that they're kind of taking ownership on standing up and kind of doing a little bit there on their own.
Right. Our game plan was to get our best, our quickest group out there for pass rush, and so it ended up being Gabe as our inside guy. So That's kind of how that happened.
Corey ended up playing safety. How do you do back there as a safety?
He did well. Corey's a smart player. He's played a lot for us. So he's a guy that can play nickel, Sam, safety, all that for us. So, he's a guy that studies the game. And, he did a good job, a real good job. He did.
What did you see from him, and were you scared when he came running off with looking like his shoulder might be hurt?
You know what? I didn't even see it. And so he's a guy that's just, as a freshman, 17 years old, he's getting better and better and better. So as the season goes, I think he's getting a better feel for the speed of the game, understanding our system, and he's getting better. The one thing about him is he's a physical player, so once he knows exactly what he's doing, he's going to be a good player for us here soon. Hopefully this weekend.
You've done, you guys have done some stuff with 3 linebackers. Is this a game where your depth at linebacker will help you against a team like Air Force?
We don't know yet. It could be 4-2-5. It could be 4-3. It could be both. So you'll see. It's still early in the week, so we haven't decided, exactly what we're going to do yet.
I'm sure you'd tell us that if you did decide.
Yeah, I would tell you. Yeah, I would tell you if I did decide.
How about, obviously you praised Deion's play. How about that pick he had on the sideline and his ability to go up and get his feet in bounds too?
That was an incredible play. His body control was probably the most impressive thing out of all of it. And he jumped pretty high as well. So, the thing that he made that play, which I'm happy he made it. But, when he's healthy now, he can be – he's a pretty instinctive player. He does some stuff. I've seen him do some stuff that is pretty good for us. So
It seemed like his instincts kind of flashed on that play because, he said that you guys simulate ball drills and stuff in practice, but for that specific situation, it just seems like it'd be hard to have that many reps.
I don't know if we ever did a ball drill like that. So, I'm sure – I'll let it take credit for it. Coach Brown let it take credit for it. Coach Hart's probably want to take credit for it, but I think that's mom and dad right there. So,
Last one, anybody? No? All right, Marcel, thanks.
thank you.
So,